Hey kids, what's happening? I don't know about you, but this weather really begins to depress me this time of year. You know, we're into the middle of March, and the weather's been doing a yo-yo thing here. And this weekend, I mean, it's like a blizzard again, and it's cold. I mean, tonight it's going down to 14 degrees. That's how it was in the middle of winter. I'm looking for spring, you know. I mean, just the other day, it was warm enough to take the bike out. And today, we're like back in the winter again. It's supposed to warm up next week. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope once it warms up, it stays warmed up. I just get frustrated with the weather. You know, we're stuck inside all day today. And we spent the day cleaning house. But then after that, you know... What do? You can't do anything outdoors unless you're an outdoor Eskimo, you know, unless you like frigid, ice cold weather. So, you know, you sit in front of the tube and you watch TV. There's nothing really that great to watch on TV, so a lot of us watch YouTube. Hey, you're watching YouTube right now, and that's why you're watching me. I hope I can be more entertaining than some of the stuff that's on TV, because it's not even worth watching. But one of the things we watch in the evening that we like to watch is the Hoarders. And you can find that on YouTube, on the A&E channel on YouTube. And they got tons of episodes of Hoarders on there. And I don't know why I like it, but because you're going to these people's homes and they're just trashed. I mean, they live in that. They throw their trash on the floor and walk on it and live on it. And some of them, their toilet doesn't even work. I'll just leave it at that. Their toilet doesn't work, so you can use your imagination to figure out what's going on there. Yeah, it's horrible. And some of them, you know, once they get the house cleaned up, there's no salvaging the house because the beams are rotten and everything else. Don't consider myself a hoarder by any means, but I do have a lot of, I guess, collections, so to speak. I'm not going to show you all my collections, and they're nothing of any real value. They're just things that I have personally, for some reason, clung to for years and would have a hard time getting rid of them. You know, on these hoarder shows, they bring in these experts and they tell the hoarder, they say, you got a problem, you know. You can't just throw trash on the ground and walk on it inside your house and never clean anything up. And then pile your house full of trash and sleep in the trash. You just can't do that. And they try to change their thinking. You know, I guess it's like a mental issue. It's a mental illness, but, you know, I'm not mentally ill like that. You know, I know what a clean house is. You know, we kept our house pretty clean today, so that's not a problem. But yeah, they go in and they try to change these people's attitudes. They change their minds, and in the meantime, they got to clear out the house. They got to get rid of everything, and these people have to decide, what are you going to get rid of, and what are you going to keep? You know, so you know, it makes me start looking around at my stuff, and I think, okay, you know, if I had to, what could I get rid of, but what don't I want to get rid of that I don't know? I can't get rid of that. You know, I don't know. I look around and I don't see a whole lot that I'd be willing to give up at this point. Well, I'm 67 years old. You know, 67, 77, 87, yeah, 20 some years, I'll be 90 years old if I live that long. So, you know, at what point do you decide that I don't need this stuff anymore? You know, when I'm 70, when I'm 80, when I'm 90, Well, some people can't ever make that decision. One of the other interesting shows that we've watched on YouTube is these, and there's a couple different ones out there that do this, but there's these guys that go out and they find these old abandoned houses. And then they take you, into these houses and just kind of walk through and show you everything. And a lot of these houses they go to, everything is just left, just like it was the day it's almost like the people just got up and walked out and left everything. So what happened? Well, it was somebody like me that, had his life's collection and couldn't part with anything because I need my chainsaw, I need my tools, I need my helmet, I need the shop vac down here, I need the air compressor, I gotta have my Harley, I might use the kayak again someday, the ladders, I can't get rid of the ladders over there, I need those. You know what I'm saying? And so then somebody in their family gets sick and passes away, leaves one of them left. And that person just kind of like falls into a depression, like, oh my gosh, I'm here all by myself, what do I do? And then they get sick and die. And the house is full of all their earthly belongings. And the family, maybe the family lives in a different state somewhere, and they don't have the time or the energy to come and take care of anything to clean out the home. So the home sits there, probably foreclosed on by the bank or something, and it just becomes a vacant property with all the belongings in there. And these guys will go in there and they'll film that stuff, and it's really interesting. I mean, there's the china cabinet, and there's all the china in there, the crystal and everything, just like they left it. And it really holds no value to anybody but the people who left it there. Otherwise, somebody would have come in there and taken it all, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, a lot of those homes get ransacked. Kids will go in there and they'll spray graffiti and they'll bust everything up. They'll bust the mirrors and they'll bust the windows and just trash the place. But some of them will look like, some of these homes they'll go into look just like the day somebody left them. It's pretty interesting. So, my thing is like, well, how do I plan ahead? And I mean, my mom and dad, they sold their house. They had a big house about 3 or 4 miles from here. They had about 12 acres. They used to have a Christmas tree farm there. Well, it got to be too much for them. They sold off the 12 acres and they moved into a little condo complex thing, like a little one floor apartment with 2 bedrooms. And they didn't have anything to do, so they just sat in their chairs. And then my dad passed away, and it got to where my mom was there all by herself and couldn't really take care of herself anymore. So she had to go move on to live with my brother. What happened to all their earthly possessions, though? Well, some of them were sold, some of them were given away, some of them were just taken to the Goodwill or whatever. But eventually, it got to where they were liquidated almost everything they had. And I think that was a pretty smart way to do things, but it's a lot of work nonetheless. I've even thought about, there's a lot of things that I really don't need that I have that I could get rid of, but I thought, how do I get rid of them? I'm not just going to throw them away. They have value. There's a guy, one of our viewers, you're probably watching, he goes by the screen name Flippin stoop, and he has a whole series of videos on eBay, how you can put your items on eBay and sell them and make a lot of money doing that. And I think he's been real successful at it. And I am not sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's almost like a full-time job for him. But for me, I don't have that much product, to start selling stuff on eBay. I might have 3 or 4 things to put on there, and then that's it. And and then that's even a job too, because posting the stuff, taking the picture, posting the stuff on eBay, and then if it sells, okay, now I gotta package it up, I gotta take it to the post office, and send it off, and I I really don't have time for that stuff. My life is actually pretty full, pretty well occupied, and it's hard for me to fit in another project like that. So yeah, so the stuff just stays. If you're like us, we have like a room in the basement that's kind of a catch-all. Anything we don't need, okay, we'll just take it down there and stick it in that back room, and it becomes like a storage closet. Well, a couple years ago, we cleaned all of that out. I had 2 bays of this garage just stacked full of stuff. And we had like a garage sale for like 3 weeks in a row. And I couldn't give that stuff away. That stuff was valuable to us to where we didn't want to throw it away, but nobody wanted it. It's crazy, how we accumulate earthly treasures and we think, they're valuable in some way, and we just can't give them up. They're worth something. But are they really worth a whole lot? It really makes you stop and think about life, what's really important in life. For me, the most important thing in my life, of course, is, my spirituality, but also the relationship I have with my wife. I like to keep us both happy in any way that we can. Her and I, that's all we got, so we work hard to keep our relationship a happy one. And that keeps both of us in good spirits. Even among all the hardships and the sickness, the illness that we have struggled through, at least we have each other to lean on, to give hugs. And that's really important. The rest of the stuff, it's not worth a darn thing. It's not going to bring any joy or happiness, or, it just is what it is. Well, those are some of my thoughts today, just on stuff. We're cleaning house in there today, and I'm moving stuff around, and I don't want this here anymore. I'm going to take this and put it away, and this can move over here. We're done with that. And you tidy the place up, but you don't really get rid of the stuff. You just move it from one place to the other. So the day has to come when some purging has to take effect. Well, thanks for watching the video, cats. I'm glad to have you along. I enjoyed your company today. If you haven't yet, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep you posted with more to come. Until next time, cats, catch you later. Oh, no, I'm not purging my Harley, so forget about it.